Forgot my audio. Hello. I'm MC2 and the worst rapper in the world. Tonight I was going to debate Roberto Reeves, but he chickened out because he's a big talker keyboard warrior with nothing to back up. He said he was going to bring a model and like a physical model of how things worked, but he didn't have anything apparently, so he just decided to run away. So I thought I would show a couple of the things that he had said to me, and just to look at the kind of person he is. So, but I do have a guest here that just popped in. I've got Matt Duckworth. How you doing, Matt? Let's see. I got no audio from you. I gotta fix something here, probably. But no, it's on my side. It's on my side. It would not be a live stream of mine if I didn't have something with audio going a little interesting. So there we go.
Let me know if you can hear me.
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yep. People can.
Okay, good.
Can you hear Matt? So
can everybody hear me?
Matt is going to be debating in the second round tonight with Eli Torres, right? Torres. So, but yeah. I invited Matt on, and I also invited another guy, John Zhang, a new guy that I just met recently on Facebook, and he's a pretty smart guy, and I thought he might be good to have on. So yes, so AT2 the Flurf ran off. So I'm gonna show his big talk here. So let's have a look at right there. So this is my challenge to him. Okay. I said, since you have so much proofsies, he kept saying that, which told me right away he was a Dell acolyte. How about you join me Tuesday and present a few? I'll address them and show you scientific evidence of Earth's sphericity. Right? Christian St. John says, Roberto Reeves, you just got called out. I said, I'll bet 10 he tucks tail and runs away. And Christian St. John says the same. So apparently both Christian St. John and I would have won, but nobody would take the bet. So then I say, all right, so 8 p.m. Central Time, right? And then look at that. He says, we only have one Earth. You cannot debate singular, but yeah, I'm up for that. I'll present a scale model. I'll present a scale model of a level stationary plane with topography that uses the substances which constitute Earth, which is everything, right? You know, this constitutes Earth. And this constitutes Earth. Everything that's physical that we have.
Yes.
So I'll contain the water with a square of ice around the edges. So I've got a bit of a cold. I look forward to your presentation of a Earth using the same physical, tangible, quantifiable sources. And I prepared it. You can private message me the details of how to demonstrate my claims on your channel. So then today, this happens. He's talking to Johnny English, who's another poisonous flat earther there. If this cartoon character thinks I'm staying up to the early hours of the morning to inflate his already overinflated ego, then he's even dafter than I originally anticipated. His antics have, however, provided an excellent whatever. So he's running off there. So I thought, you know what? I'll even show what he thinks is proofs. So let me pop over here. Gotta switch the input here too. So it was actually on a comment from the video from last week with Billy Zig, where Billy and I had a pretty decent conversation. So here he is. He's got this wine glass showing wine. You know, at sea level, basically, you can tell they're standing on the beach, which is what you'd predict, right? And then he's got this. I love it when they do this, the topography, you know, as if that's something, but they leave off that it's referenced to a certain datum, So, so he keeps seeing you think you can debate singular, like because there's no possible way, right? Well, correct, but he doesn't understand it. And these mocking things. Now he had a friend go do some Photoshop. Took my did a little Photoshop for me a little bit there. Little dancing sheep. All this stuff is quite immature. He claims to be has a master's degree in some sort of a psychiatry field, but I think probably he just finished 5th grade and that's it. So he obviously doesn't understand science, because here he says, post the photo you took of the curvature with your own camera. That's not how science works. It doesn't have to be you, because if everything had to be you doing science, you could never progress. You couldn't read what somebody else had done and then take an advancement from that with a new idea. You'd have to first begin all the research from the very beginning. So, too bad. Oh, and then I don't know this guy's name, Marinescu Vlad. You have to understand that 90% of Globers don't understand the flat Earth model at all. They depict it as floating discs in space with a dome or without, but still in space. So, I'll show you. Let's see, we got this. This is your opportunity to share your model. The floor is yours. So what's he do? Nothing. There's no debate. There's zero curvature and zero movement. So he has nothing. He just insults, and he says only mentally disabled persons would believe. So that's a little strange there. So I'm pressing him, like, what's the model? And he doesn't share the model ever. Of course, he puts some memes in there.
Yeah.
So
there is no model.
There is nothing. It doesn't work. Nothing works. So let's see. I want to find some more of what. So this is my live Facebook here. So people commenting, you'll show up.
Whatever. You ain't gonna show up.
No. If somebody sends me a message or likes something, we'll see your name. That's what I'm talking about. So there he goes. He's got his little
funny
stuff.
Shit. I mean, shoot. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
So I post this.
Damn it. I'm sorry, man.
And Johnny English again. He thinks that the debate is like now instead of at the scheduled time. So then he complains, he's stolen my picture from my profile without permission, has portrayed himself as a cartoon character. Michael has evidences in a cartoon alter ego. I tell you, I don't need to see my face. I don't. You suckers got to see it. I don't need to. So anyway, that's his that's his stuff. Yeah, Johnny English.
Oh goodness.
Oh yeah. So Roberto complains about my profile, but Johnny English has no pictures of himself or personal anything. So a little hypocrisy there. So there we go. All right. So then when he backs out, a couple people start showing up. Oh, yeah. There you are, chicken.
Well, maybe he'll show up. I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yep. I like this one. Coward.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Christian St. John, for. I like this middle-aged women wimp. So.
Yeah, maybe he'll actually show, but I doubt it.
No, he's.
Hell, he's 11 minutes late.
He's ran off. He's not feeling it. Which is no surprise from him. He was.
I'd be scared too, right? If I was a flat earther, I'd be afraid of you.
Let's see. I need to get the. correct. There it is. All right. So anyway, so what I thought we'd do. So yeah, Green Bullion wants to debate, but I told Green Bullion he has some prerequisites. He has to present some evidence, and he has to send it to somebody. He has to send. I asked Auntie Flatter, who's in New Zealand, if he would be the middleman. Don't tell me what his evidence is. Just make sure he has evidence, and I will do the same. I'll send evidence to Auntie Flatter. And then, once he confirms, yep, you both have evidence, then you can do a debate. He also needs to do a few other things, like he needs to appear on camera with his face. But because the problem is with Green Bullion / 33UC is he doesn't bring any evidence at all. It's just, hey, look, I found a news article with the number 33 in it. That's not evidence. Let's see. Man Devil, did I get an A on last week's test, sir? I left you an apple on your table, remember? Green Bullion thinks we are all your students. Yes. And hello, Digital Demonic Davros. How are you? So I thought I'd do a couple things first. I'd just like to go through and thank my patrons and channel members. So patrons, I got Brian. Ooh, Hilkema. Hopefully I got that right. Dora Necu, Elizabeth Schneider, Johnny Carlson, and Stringer News 1. Thank you very much. And then channel members. There's a lot of them. I'm very honored that. Matt Duckworth. Who's that guy?
I don't know. That's some
you.
crazy guy.
Thank you, Matt. Quit asking me to sprinkle them titties. Mike 71, Luke Filewalker. I love that. Rama, Ilya Moon, Surf, Brett Curry, 0132132, Fantarang, John Stock, Beach 8, C4, Punchy, and Minus. Thank you very much, everybody. That it means a lot, and it allows me to. Oh, my audio's dropping out a little bit. Okay, it allows me to spend less time doing other things to make some additional income and spend more time on doing this. So, oh my goodness, I got a new one. Digital Demonic Davros. Thank you very much. And enjoy your new emojis. You can show everybody your high IQ tabs there. So, all right. I thought we would take a minute to discuss the news that happened over the weekend, on Saturday specifically. Matt, yes, you wanna talk about that a little bit?
All right. Michael was a really good friend of mine.
Wait, Michael who?
Michael Hughes. I'm sorry.
You got to give the background.
I'm sorry. Michael Hughes. I'm sure most people know who he was, but he was the guy that decided to he wanted to launch himself up into space and to prove one way or the other whether the Earth was flat or round. He was a flat earther, or the way he believed anyway, and he was trying to prove it, by doing it. He was a stunt man, through most of his life, but there was an accident, and he didn't make it. He did die. It's been a hard time for a lot of us that actually knew him, but he did not make it, and that's kind of the background of that. Thank you. There it is, right there. There is a video out there for those that actually want to watch. I watched it one time, and that's about all I want to watch it. I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to watch.
Yes.
So, sorry if I'm coughing, people. I found in this article here. So here, Hughes states status as a self-proclaimed daredevil started long before his belief in the flatness of the Earth. After his death, his publicist, Darren Schuster, told the Los Angeles Times Hughes was actually aware of the world's true form. I don't think he believed it. He did have some government conspiracy theories, but don't confuse it with the flat Earth thing. This was a PR stunt we dreamed up. So this was here. There were rumors for a long time that Hughes was not a real flat earther, and this his publicist confirmed it. He was not a real flat earther. I thought he was. I really did. And when I interviewed both Mike and Waldo Stakes, the man that built the rockets, and Waldo took time to say that Mike was serious, but that probably was still just part of the publicity thing.
No, that's actually true. He was actually not really a flat earther.
Yeah.
I will admit that. I apologize for saying that one way. I was just trying to be, just trying to stand up for him, but no, he was not.
Yeah. So anyway, I like, even though I did think he was a flat earther, I really love the guy.
Yes.
I like Stuntman, you know. And where is I have? Here it is. When I was a kid, I had this. I'll switch here.
What do you got?
The Guinness Book of World Records, right there. Look at it, it's all tattered.
Yes.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
1971, I think this book is. I would go through this book, and I would read the different things. And I loved reading the Stuntman stuff, the world speed records. I was never impressed by the rocket cars. I always thought that a car that had a transmission was really what you needed for a car. And so, like, I don't remember the name of the car, but it was a turbine powered thing. It was like 12 feet wide. It was just huge. That was like my favorite land speed record car. So I as a kid, I used to watch the TV show Fall Guy.
Yes, I love that show.
Another show about Stuntman, and of course the A-Team had some of that too. So I grew up loving Stuntman, and who was left? I'll tell you, Mike was one of the last. So
he was a good guy, man. He really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He really was.
So anyway, I just thought I'd cover that briefly here. Let me look here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Let's see. So, sorry. Yeah. Evel Knievel, of course. Quite the.
Oh, yeah. Of course, Evel Knievel. And his son, too. You know,
yep.
His son was too. So.
Oh, have I seen the movie The Indian about the Kiwi guy who went to the Salt Flats in America to break the motorbike speed record? I'd love it. Oh, my goodness. What do you think? Amazon? Netflix? Where am I going to find? Where am I going to find that there, Man Devil? That would be. I got to put that on my list.
Oh, God.
I love.
Sorry, I was reading some of the names of these people. Quit asking me to sprinkle them titties.
Yes.
Oh,
He's changed his name a few times. It used to be quit F and ask me to change my name. And all right, we got Jack Zhang joining us here.
All right, welcome.
No audio yet, but let's see. You maybe have to switch your audio a little bit, Jack. I'm gonna arrange things a little bit.
Oh goodness. Only the best names chat here. Yeah, I'll tell you that.
So he dropped. Jack dropped out or something. So.
No, I'm sure.
World's fastest Indian. Title varies by country. Oh, okay.
That's a good bike. I'm telling you, the Indian has always been a good bike.
Hey, boys.
Hey, how you doing, Jack? So there it is. Yeah, I got it. It's on to rent from Amazon. So maybe I'll do that. How you doing, Jack? we're in a little bit here. The Roberto Reeves decided to run away, a little scared, and as a few people predicted. So so I thought we'd do a couple things, and I had met you online here briefly, and you went over some pretty good flat Earth debunking stuff. I thought, hey, let's see if Jack wants to come on for a little bit, and we'll talk. So,
Sliding to the left? Oh,
what's that?
sure. I said, sure, yeah, I'd be more than willing to.
Yeah.
I need something to take a break from homework anyway, so. whatever.
So you're in school?
Yes, I am a mathematical physics major.
Mathematical.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. We need to talk later.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I understand the math and physics pretty well, at least at the level that you need to debunk flat Earth. And it always amuses me when they say, you guys need to do real research. It's like, I actually do real research. Funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a rocket group, so I'd like to talk to you later if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, if anybody's interested in model rockets or bigger than model rockets, really, Matt has a pretty good group on Facebook where they're working on that. What are you trying to do? What is your kind of goal?
Okay. Right now, our goal is to shoot for 100,000 feet. Right now, I mean, of course, if we can go further, we will. Right now, but we do a lot of planning. We're in the planning stage still. We have done a lot of testing right now. We're getting our website up and going. We're still in the early stages right now. But we are, that's what we're doing. It's not so much for the flat Earth, or the round Earth, the globe Earth, whatever, but of course we are actually going to put cameras on there. And when we do go up there, we are going to be able to see and everything, so it's just a side effect that we are going to be able to see what's going on up there, but it's not so much for that. It's more so just because it's what we want to do, and that's fun, and we're just trying to have a good time, with it, but yeah, there is a side effect that it's going to actually show what the Earth looks like, up there. But a lot of other people have done this as well already. This is not something new, but we're going to do it, and I actually run the physics side and the chemistry side. We have other people that are doing the computer side of it, electronics. I actually do a lot of electronics as well. But we also have other people that are doing, there's so many jobs that are actually available, out there. But anyway, I digress. But there's a lot to do. It's a lot of fun. We're having a good time.
Well, that's cool. I used to do model rockets. I actually launched one that landed on top of the junior high. I should go back and see if it's still there. I was in high school at the time, so
awesome.
Yeah. Do you think it's still there?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I had those pump up ones that you put water in. Right? You pressurize so the air at the top would get pressurized.
I remember those.
And I love those. And then the stomp ones that you'd stomp and like they'd go flying up, and those ones with the water though, they were hard plastic. And people didn't like them falling on people.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of went away.
Yeah. No, right now we're mostly doing just kind of like a black powder kind of mixture thing. It's kind of a mix that I've actually kind of created myself. It's pretty much black powder, but it's kind of a mixture of it, and with a little bit of sugar as mixed with it to kind of give it an oxidation. Eventually, we also have an ammonium perchlorate that we are going to put together as well. Those that actually know about chemistry know what I'm talking about. But that's where we're kind of going towards for when we finally actually want to shoot really far up. But we're kind of doing a test right now. We're just testing it out a little bit. But
so what do you make like the tube? What's that tube made out of?
Carbon fiber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you make that,
Yeah,
or do you buy it from somewhere?
we actually have a guy that actually is doing the 3D printing of it, and David actually just 3D prints it, and he's printing several different ones for us because we're going to need a few. But hopefully we'll be able to actually recover several of these, because we are actually, but just in case, that we're not able to recover some of them, we are doing, we do have GPS on all of them, and we are also, and all the electronics are in there. If we lose one, it's going to be kind of expensive. So, but we do have a few sponsors already that are actually paying for a few of this stuff, because it's actually kind of expensive. It's not cheap to do this. But we do have a few already. But it's really cool. And if anybody wants to know more about it, please, just let me know. Just send me a message. Matt Duckworth, or Facebook. .com/DuckyPaul, or Matthew P. Duckworth at yahoo.com. Any one of those will get to me, and we'll discuss it.
Ooh. So Martin H is talking about he'd be interesting to hear more about the viability of a steam-powered rocket in principle.
Well,
they're a bit dangerous.
Yeah, they are. Me and Mike actually talked. I talked to him a few months ago about different things, and I tried my best to change his mind on a few things. It didn't work. When I talked to him, I told him he needed to have a safety officer. But
what about just steam-powered rockets in general?
Okay, steam-powered rockets in general are not that safe for what he was trying to do. And I'm sorry to say it that way, and I love the guy, but it's not safe. For what, it does not, you cannot shoot as high as he wanted to go with what he wanted to do. The science and physics are just not there.
So why did he go with steam instead of like a liquid or solid or something?
I think he thought it was, what he told me is that he thought it was actually safe. He was very demanding on certain things, and I don't want to talk bad about, somebody that's, I'm just, and I love the guy, man. But it was not going to happen. I know physics, and I tried talking to him, and I told him it was not going to happen. It could not be done. What he wanted to do was just not going to happen. It was just not possible. He could not do what he wanted to do with it. And I love the guy. I'm not talking bad about him. Please don't anybody think negative. That I'm trying to say anything negative. But he could not do it. It was not going to happen. And I tried.
If I could just interject here. Oh, sorry.
Please.
I didn't mean to cut you off there. Okay, so when you say a steam-powered rocket, this is the first time I've heard of that term before. You mean a rocket that just has like a pressure chamber of steam that shoots out the back end to propel itself, or how does this work exactly? Because I've never even thought of this concept before.
How does it work?
Yeah, it's
when you say steam-powered,
it's a pressure chamber, with and you heat it up a lot, and you get, so the water gets past the boiling point. So what happens is as the steam exits, it reduces the pressure inside, allowing more of the water to convert into steam. Right. So
okay, I think I can understand, because I've worked with flash vaporization systems before. So do you have like something just basically very rapidly heat up a chain, and then you try and use that as a form of propulsion? Because that's not a very practical way of rocket propulsion.
I think it's probably pretty inexpensive. and he wasn't looking to get really high. That wasn't the goal of it. It was for publicity.
Yes, but it's not practical what he was trying to do. And I hate to say that. I love the guy, man. Please, but it's not practical.
Okay, I see.
To do it properly, it would have cost a lot more to do certain things, but it's not. It would not have worked for where he was trying to go. And I told him this, and I wanted.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on from that. So
Okay.
We had a couple people who had Ilya Moon for $5 said happy to support, and Stephen Huxtable for $1.90 or £1.99 with no message. Thank you very much for that. So I thought it would be interesting to maybe have a look at a couple videos.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Sure, let's do it. Like flat earther videos, or
yeah. They're always fun to look at. So there's a guy.
Sure, let's do it.
Felipe Rockholt. He has so many just dumb videos. So this is 6 feet elevation drop, and the horizon is still at eye level. So he's got the Theodolite app on his phone here. And he's at 764 feet elevation, which isn't that high. So what is the predicted angular drop at 700 feet? But then I think what he's going to do is he's going to move 6 feet down. And let's see what he's doing. He's
Let's
panning.
see this video.
Oh yeah, you don't see it. Hold on, let me share it to you so you see it.
Okay.
I love it when they talk about horizons.
Yeah. I love it when they use the 8 inches per square mile thing, because it's an approximation, and it's not a very good one.
Well,
it's horrible.
It leaves off the observer height, which is why it really.
Well, not only that, it's just that if you actually, basically what they've done is they've taken the first 2 terms of a Taylor series of an equation for a circle to create a parabola that's very closely resembles the surface of a circle at very short distances. It massively drops off in its accuracy.
It's good for
at
like
long distance.
100 miles.
Oh no, even at 100 miles is way off.
If there was no atmosphere, then that would actually be somewhat.
No, it still does not take the observer height. It only works if your eyeball is half submerged in water. That's the only time it works.
You're right.
So you always have to take, because what they want to do is they want to take that number and they say, all right, well, yeah, they were 60 feet up, and so they're supposed to be 160 feet hidden, and so then we'll just subtract off the other side, 60. But it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I actually have a paper written on this. I'd have to share it with y'all, but it actually explains all that. But yeah,
I have a Desmos graph that I've shared. It's parameterized, so you can just plug in an arc distance to some object, and then you can figure out how much of it is hidden. And I can share that with you if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I have one as well. I can show you if you want me to send it to you.
Sure.
Do you have?
Give me.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this with my phone here.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to send it on this thing. Let me see what I can do.
Let's see. I want to find I have a bunch of. There it is. CFAR.
I'm trying to find it myself.
It is. Okay.
8 inch squared.
Per
Got
mile.
it on here.
Per mile square, not per square mile.
Oh no, I know. It was 8 inches. No, I got it on here somewhere. Hold on.
So let's see. He was at. What was he at? Silly Phil.
I know I got it on here somewhere.
746 feet. Which is. We're going to go length. We're going to go feet. 2 meters.
Well, no, I had it on here somewhere. But I guess
227.
not. There it is. I found it. Okay. Okay. How do I share, Tim?
Well, just a second here. So
Okay, good.
I'm looking at Phil's here.
Okay. No. Do your thing. It's okay.
And
It's okay.
yeah, let's see.
No, it's okay.
He's at 227 feet. So the horizon drop should be 0.4 degrees. But now the problem is, I don't know if now with the theodolite app, you have to calibrate it. So you go to sea level, you get as low as you can, and then you calibrate it. So I don't know if he did that or not. But then he goes, and here's where he gets it all wrong. He lowers it by 6 feet, expecting to see a difference. And that's the problem. Phil actually, in a comment, he said something about the horizon always rising to eye level, and I said, but it doesn't, and he's like, well, you can jump and it doesn't drop when you jump. Like he really thinks that jumping should cause the horizon to drop a whole bunch. Did you find anything? Let's see,
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button, man.
All right. Well, we're looking for Jack he was looking at something. So, we'll move on to this while he's looking for that. This is pretty funny. There's apparently 3 types of sunsets, according to Phil. I think this is actually a video by Dearth.
Well, there actually is. If you're talking about the different kinds of the maritime,
That's not what he's talking about.
Okay.
Not at all. He's a flat earther.
I found it.
Okay.
I put in the messages. I made a core post about it on a space I run just to debunk fake science and shit. And sorry, I didn't mean to swear there. And I don't know how to share the Desmos graph directly from the app, so I just posted a link that I wrote up a while ago.
There you go. You see it?
Different types of sunsets. I know there is, but he may be talking about something that's not what I'm talking about.
We're talking. It's Dearth, man. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, there's civil, nautical, and astronomical. That's it.
That's Twilight.
Yeah.
All right. So what is this? What is this, Jack?
Okay, so basically what I've done is I've taken a function that represents a circle that uses the radius of the Earth. You can parameterize it based on the observer height, the distance to an object, and the height of that object. And then at the very bottom, it spits out how much of that object should be visible for you. If you want to pull it up on your screen and use that screen sharing feature, I can sort of walk you through it.
Okay. Okay. So you just negate completely refraction? Is that what you're trying to say?
Not negated, so to speak, because refraction changes based on properties of the atmosphere, which vary day by day. And so what I've done is I've just shown what it is when, well, first of all, you're standing on the observer, at the equator and looking directly east or west. And this is where basically the curvature of the Earth is able to hide objects the most. If the radius of the Earth were shorter, say you're looking at, if you're in North America and you're looking east or west, some object at a given distance is going to be less obscured. And so this is under the most unideal circumstances for trying to observe an object at some distance. And my point is, even under these circumstances, if you actually do the math properly, most objects that they are quote unquote saying should be hidden are actually visible. And with the fact that most people are looking when they're not on the not on the equator, and there's atmospheric refraction involved, then the amount that's hidden is even less. So if you just click on that link there, click on the graph, the height test parameterize.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
So we can adjust
so
the
that
radius.
central dot in the middle.
What's the A? Is that observer height? Or
A is arc length. So you take the distance that you would see on a map.
Sorry, I was going to say it, but he caught me. Okay, go ahead. All right.
And everything is in meters. So I'm sorry if you're American, but
okay. So you're a flat earther, but you believe in the curve?
No, he's not a flat earther.
Oh, I'm
What?
sorry. I misunderstood. I apologize. I thought you were.
I'm a physics major. There's no way I'm gonna get my PhD in physics.
I know.
while
That's
being,
what I was
flat Earth.
thinking. I was thinking that. I was like, hold up now. I thought he said you were a flat earth. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
For you to believe in arc length, you have to actually be a freaking globe earth rotation. I apologize.
So Cretan
I fumble
Bull.
my words a little.
Cretan Bull says, not sure if Americans are aware of this, but Jack goes to the University of Waterloo, which is like Canada's version of MIT when it comes to math.
Hey, I went to MIT. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. I went for physics though, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so you see that our observer there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the radius from the center of the Earth to an observer's, basically what their eye level would be. So that's the radius of the Earth plus their height in meters. So I just took an observer standing at sea level and I said arbitrarily, let's say it's 2 meters tall.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a 2 at the end. But you can change that to whatever the hell you want it to be. So if you're on a plane that's, say, 10,000 meters up, you just tack on 10,000 at the end.
Yeah. If I can figure out how to actually share what I got going on, I could show you my other page for fraction.
All right. Hold on, Matt. We're going over Jack's stuff here.
No. Do your thing.
All right. So, all right. Then, what are these?
If you
other
scroll all the way
numbers?
to the bottom,
Okay.
so basically these are just calculations that are used to define some of the lines on the graph there. But if you see at the very end, you should see H visible.
Yes.
That's the height of an object that should be visible at the distance you've chosen. So, for example, I went a mountain that's 3,000 meters tall at, I think it was 130 miles away. And you should see that under these conditions, 1,300 meters should be visible.
Okay. So what's H elevation?
That's the height of an object
Of the distant
above sea level.
object.
So
Okay,
for me,
so-
that's a mountain in 3,000 meters. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do this. Right. So we've got the observer's 10,000 feet tall, and the mountain is 3,000. Meters. 3,000 meters.
Yes.
All right, and then
This is actually some of the same calculations that I got, but his is actually set up a little bit better than mine for a program.
so I have this one here, which I like. Let's go. This one's nice. I like to give it to flat earthers because it includes refraction by default, and it doesn't let them put nothing in for the the heights. They have to actually do it. So, and it gives us a nice little graph. But it's in Russian. Like, it uses the same math as Walter Bislin's. Sorry. But it includes multiple refraction values. So you can just say, well, is it possible that there was strong refraction? Well, yeah, it was possible. Well, it was visible. There you go. So
Well, refraction is a very real thing. I don't know why flat earthers deny it.
We know why.
I know.
Because it's the same reason they deny gravity exists. They need everything to fit their belief.
I know it. It's crazy. They deny it because it actually, if they had to believe gravity was real, then it would totally debunk their entire belief. It would totally destroy it. Yeah. Gravity all by itself destroys their belief. So they have to destroy it. They have to actually say it's not real.
The one question that always just drives me up a wall with how naive it is when they say gravity is. Sorry, there's a car that's going by. They're going, oh, gravity is just a theory. They haven't proven it yet, and it's like they don't even understand what theory means in science.
I know they have no idea what a scientific theory means. They think it's a hunch. It is not a hunch. It is not. A scientific theory, a whole lot more. But go ahead.
So just to explain the viewers area for anyone who's not clear. A scientific theory is basically our best a description of some real phenomena, so that we know that that phenomenon exists. It's like cell theory. We know that things are made of cells. I can take a microscope, look at a sample of biological tissue, and see that it's made up of cells. That's not in dispute. The fact that mass attracts other mass is not in dispute. The theory is just what describes it, basically. And then from the properties that we've defined in that theory, we can just basically derive how things interact using scientific laws. And that's another misconception that people make. They think that theories become laws after some arbitrary threshold. Yeah.
No, they don't.
They're distinct
No,
from
they
each
don't.
other. Yeah.
Yeah.
A theory is actually more complicated than a law. A law is just observations and typically just a formula.
Both of them are actually very well documented. They've been peer reviewed over and over and over and over again. A law just has not, I can't think of one law that has ever been overturned. I don't know. Maybe if anybody else can think of one, I can't think of one.
Well, I can think of one off the top of my head, but it's not so much overturned as we know where it's not accurate.
Okay. Yes. I mean, a law just has been tested and tested and tested and tested and tested over. And so is actually a theory. A theory has been tested and tested and tested. But there's so many, but there are some theories that we don't have the technology to actually test certain ones, but we know that they can test. We know that they actually are what they are, but from what we actually can understand and what technology we have at the moment. Okay. Yeah. There are some theories that we cannot actually test completely because we don't have the technology at the moment, but as they come about, we can, all right. Did we lose Jack?
I don't know.
All right.
So, Sean Hawken goes, what about scientific bills? Sorry. They become laws, right? Did you not watch, what was that?
All right.
Schoolhouse Rock.
There we go.
So, yeah, actually, Craven Mordick says Professor Dave's video about scientific theory is really good and broken down simply. I actually listened to that today. So Professor Dave explains, and then you look at his scientific law and theory. It's really, really good.
Yes, yes. I have a simple...
We've basically done away with it to the last point because we're not producing any new ones, not because through lack of effort, but because, like, for example, the act of Newtonian mechanics and derive some laws and properties. Only some of those derivations are formally known as scientific laws. They're just sort of, mathematical. They're all true, but some true.
Jack, you're cutting out a little bit here.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just me or not, Mike.
Yeah.
You are breaking up a little bit, Jack. I do want to hear what you have to say, though, so please don't leave.
Looks like he's maybe in school somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Martin H says...
So you've basically stopped,
Martin H says it'd be good to hear more from Jack, maybe with a better connection.
Yeah, he'll come back. Okay, good,
yeah,
good.
Sorry, sorry about that. I just switched to data because my internet connection is absolutely terrible. What I was getting at is that we've stopped writing new scientific laws because, well, just to make a really easy example, if I take the axioms of Newtonian mechanics, I can derive all sorts of different properties, but only some of them are formally known as scientific laws. And it's not because they're more accurate or they're somehow better than all the others. It's just that some of them are arbitrarily called laws and some of them aren't. And so if we go to look at relativity, Schwarzschild derived the solutions for a non-spinning black hole. And that's really neat. We can find the radius of a black hole, but it's not known as Schwarzschild law just because we've decided, you know what, let's just stop calling things laws at this point because they're not, it gives some sense of superiority when it's no better than any other derivation we can make.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That is very true. Yeah.
Green Bullion claims he has the largest live stream no, I'm sorry, Green Bullion, you don't.
I'll have to. I actually clicked off that. Let me go back.
So Green. So you guys don't know. Green Bullion is a flat earther that thinks that proof for flat Earth is finding the number 33 in news articles. Therefore, flat Earth.
Oh no.
So he's super smart.
Sure.
No.
Obviously a genius. We're just not big brain enough to understand.
Yes. So, all right. Well, let's see. I want to see the sunset thing that they got here. It's kind of long. I'm gonna increase the speed.
Sorry about that. I was trying to go to YouTube to see so I could watch. I apologize. I had whenever I went to.
All right, so he's got this one here is a classic one that the flat earthers always do. That it's got the you see the glare, and what's funny about this is Felipe, he has a P1000 or P900 camera, and I had commented once on one of his videos, you should get a proper solar filter. So he did, and he filmed a bunch of stuff with the solar filter several months ago, but he went back to not using a solar filter. That's all so that he can, show the glare and support his required outcome, that the sun changes size. But of course, these are all just glare.
Yeah. Now these. I hate to break the tempo here. How long are you guys gonna be on? Because I kind of want to relocate here because I'm standing in the middle of the cold and I need to shift to somewhere else.
Yeah, you go ahead. We got half an hour left, maybe.
All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes because I'm gonna head back to my room.
All right, cool.
And then I'll be on till probably midnight.
Let's see here.
Do you think?
Right.
So, all right. So he's trying to define these different horizons, the cloud horizon and like just trying to make up stuff.
How is there a horizon on a freaking flat Earth?
Of course,
that's
it'd be blurry because it'd just go off into the distance. But even more so, the sun would never get that low.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It's going across the flat Earth plane. Actually, no, it's going at the angle predicted by the globe.
I mean, but supposedly this thing kind of like spins around up top, by some sort of imaginary, force that holds it up. Okay. And then, but on the south side, southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere, it actually has, it's like light for like 6 months or dark for 6 months, but it's in the middle, I don't understand this, but this thing's spinning,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. How can it actually be in one spot, for a long time, but then it's over here at another? It's in two different places at the same time. I mean, come on.
And atmospheric blocking, he likes to say here. Like, why does the atmospheric blocking only happen right on the physical horizon? Interesting coincidence there. Yeah, Extra J saying I should show his jumping up and down comment. I have to find it, unfortunately. And he does so many stupid videos. Like I looked through briefly and I could not just quickly find it.
Yeah.
So
I have so many, friends that are actually flat earthers, but I'm telling you, I love them, but
my goodness, what is this?
They just drive me insane sometimes. I swear,
Look at that. Dearth.
Yeah.
Dearth. Here, look at this. Sunset on flat Earth. You see the sun is the same size there. This is like the orthogonal view. And now he's like, this is what the viewer sees. And look, the sun is getting smaller. Oh, that's cute, Dearth. Because, and Felipe, because let me just
I have never seen the sun move like that. I'm sorry. That is fucking. Sorry. God dang it. I'm so sorry.
All right, so I have here the video that I made. It's a montage of different different sunsets, including the first 3 that are from Felipe when he had his solar filter. So let me run it here. This is actually from Felipe. Look at how big that is. Sun rising over Los Angeles with a proper solar filter.
That is a big one.
So this is a P900, I believe, zoomed in all the way, all full optical zoom.
Wow. That is nice.
Now the P1000 optical zoom is too big, actually. So here's the sunset with the solar filter. Felipe's own sunset.
Wow. Where is he at?
He's in LA.
Oh, okay. No smog on that one, huh?
Yeah, apparently not. Let's see, hold on. So, all right, so then I found several others. You can see that the sun's size does not change.
Yes.
And I'll give you all the link here. So you can watch it yourself.
That's what I was saying. I have never seen the sun change size as it actually, goes over the top all the way across to the horizon. I've never seen it change size.
It doesn't. But when you have a camera without a solar filter,
well,
it does.
Sure.
So this is sped up 20x. I think Wolfie's was actually at regular speed.
Yeah.
Good old Wolfie.
Trying to read some of these.
So now,
comments.
the reason why it looks bigger on the horizon isn't that it's actually bigger. It's just our eyes playing tricks.
Sure. Yes.
And the moon does it too. So if you hold your pinky up at arm's length, it's about half the width of your pinky. Do it when the moon is in the middle of the sky, and do it when the moon's on the horizon, and you'll see it's the same. So Felipe, your own video debunks Dearth's video. So there it is. Silly Dearth. Look at that. That's all glare. And for him to post this when he knows that you can get rid of glare with the solar filter that he owns.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mandelbrot set has something here.
There's a lot of them that do this crap.
Venus transit on the horizon. What is it? Oh, this is in the telescope viewfinder. Is that what that is? Mandelbrot? That's pretty cool. So, anyway, good old Dearth. Extra J, I have not gotten your email yet. So, he had another one. Oh, this one is so silly. Look at this. He's got this glass dome thing that he's thinking is an atmospheric dome. Of course, You're viewing it from outside the dome, number one. And number two, the refractive index of the glass is about 1.5, where the refractive index of air, which is what's actually inside our atmosphere, is about 1.0. So it's wrong and wrong. But, you know, it supports his required outcome, so he thinks it's meaningful. And it's proof or something. So I'm amazed at how
most of them have an 8th grade education.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's what I just can't get, right? That it's so. Oh, here, time lapse with Android Zenfone and Hoya Pro ND 5.0 solar filter. That is not a solar filter. A 5.0 ND neutral density is not a solar filter. You need at least, I think it's 30. I looked it up. You need at least 30 neutral density to be what a solar filter is.
I got kicked from a Flat Earth Discord group because I showed them my demographics thing, you know, and they really got upset about that. I guess it hit too close to home, I think.
Yep. So this is the sun approaching, according to him. It's getting bigger. Of course, it's getting more glare is what it's doing. Not getting bigger. Extra J, maybe you could post the link to the where'd you go, Extra J? Here it is. He tries to claim in one description that the sunset and sunrise speeds across the frame are different, but comparing screenshots shows the magnification is different. Oh, nice. So, oh my gosh. Mars is not a planet. Nothing works in the vacuum.
Mars is not a planet.
The power of frequency and vibration, Nikola Tesla, like, they love Tesla because they can ascribe everything to him that they want because he didn't publish all this stuff.
I love Tesla. Tesla's a great guy. What are they talking about?
Well, no, what they do is they assign all sorts of things to him.
Oh my goodness.
Because he had like some rough ideas, and then like, oh well, there's this that he talked about one time.
Oh my gosh.
Extra J, you are into fact. Flat Earth is the only true way to believe. Yeah, you go, girl.
Who said that? Into fact.
Into fact.
Info fact. Okay.
Info. Yes, not a.
Well, then prove your belief. You know, that's what I tell flat earthers. They never want to prove anything. They just want to say it. They announce it, but they never want to prove a dang thing.
So let's see. Extra J. Yeah, I did not get mctune@mctune.net. Is my email address. I did not get anything. I'm checking my spam right now too, and so I did not get anything. Yeah, no block spam today actually. Yeah, info fact. Are you serious, info fact? We can't be serious.
Yeah. I want a flat earther to finally actually prove what they say, not just actually say it, you know, out there, to actually prove it.
Well, it's rhetorical. They can't.
I know they can't, you know, and then they refuse to. They actually say they do.
Yeah, they have to.
Do.
Let's see that. Oh, here we go. This was so funny. From Felipe. The Nikon P1000, the envy of astronomers. Oh my gosh. The envy of astronomers. So these blurry, out of focus images are the envy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It is not the envy. So yeah, so just because it supports their belief. And they don't understand. They don't understand chromatic aberration. They don't understand, obviously, focus. They think this is what a star is here. It's a joke. It's just a joke. Yeah, research it. Yeah, sorry. You're wrong, Felipe. It's too bad. Yeah, so on the video, not the for today, that was for last week, the one that Roberto was in there talking smack, and not InfoFact. Yeah, InfoFact, your sock account, we gotcha. So crud, what was I saying? My goodness. What was I saying, people? The did you see Wolfie's 6020 focus lens for the P1000? I did not. Yeah, so InfoFact, come up with information and facts instead of empty claims. So I see you've been timed out, which serves you right for just being a bunch of BS. So if you got no BS. Oh, I remember. It was the Facebook thread from Billy Zig last week, and this, I don't know, Marcus Vlad was in there talking how dumb I am because I think the Earth is a sphere. And I'm like, well, here's some measurements, and I posted 5 measurements of the radius of the Earth. And what did he do? He didn't look at it.
If anything is actually disprovable more than anything is the dome. The dome is completely disprovable because to have a dome, you have to have a closed system. And if you know about anything that has to do with a gas, all right, from Pascal's law to Dalton's laws of partial pressures to the ideal gas law to, I could name a few others, but, they all actually discuss that all gas, whenever it actually expands out, it will fill up an entire area, in a closed system. No matter where you're at, a gas will actually, the pressure of a gas will be at the same, the same pressure at one area as it is at another, all the way throughout it. So if we're actually
lacking in external force.
Yeah, if we have, yes, that's true. That is true. But if we have a dome, out there, it is the pressure is the same no matter where you're at, for the most part, except for a few issues. Okay. But we don't have that. But they seem to think that we have that, all the way throughout. And we don't. It's impossible, But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so he had no evidence at all, right? So I presented measurements of the radius of the Earth, and he did not look at them. So that right there shows you a whole lot of what's going on, right? If he's not willing to look at, Jack, I'm gonna have to mute you here. We hear you.
Sorry there.
We hear you come in your room.
Yes.
All right. So if somebody won't even look at the evidence, we're like, show me the evidence, prove it, and I show you the evidence, and you won't even look at it. What does that say? That says a lot. That says all we need to know. You are not interested in truth. You're only interested in confirming your bias. And that is a dishonest position. That's basically you are a liar.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
I've actually tried to actually get a few flat earthers, show me what you got going on. Let's discuss it, let's talk about it, But they are so adamant about their side, but they don't want to hear anything about from the other.
Matt, are you playing a Vsauce?
Yeah. You are just a bunch of meat packed around a central hole. Or are you?
Hold on, I turned you.
Humans have more than one hole. right? I mean, we've got nostrils and ears,
You
the
guys
holes
hear-
we pee out of, the holes we're born from, nipples, our pores. Gosh, there are subatomic gaps between them.
It went to a Vsauce at the end of the. So both you two, sorry, I muted both of you two in case it was you, so you have to unmute yourselves. It was my fault. So,
There we go.
All right, yeah. So he wouldn't look at evidence. Just says that he's a liar, basically.
What is Vsauce? I don't know what that is.
Vsauce is a YouTube channel that does some science videos.
Oh,
Vsauce is a YouTube
Oh,
channel.
we got some echo going.
Whoa, whoa.
That's probably you, Matt, since you're not wearing headphones. All right, here is. So Extra J sent the video. The horizon always rises to eye level, which of course it never does, but he thinks it does. A 400-foot elevation, and yet the island and the ocean rise to eye level. An impossible physics on a spherical Earth. Yeah. But he didn't measure. He just had a camera pointing at it, and of course, he thinks that wherever he points the camera is eye level, right? So let's see. Why did you delete our discussion? Learn how to level your camera. I think it cannot be the other way. So Extra J, I don't know if. Yeah, that Vsauce thing might be an issue, but I can. I will remove the audio after if it comes up. YouTube's audio removing thing is pretty nice, usually. So cannot be the other way. You look at the eye center pupil hole through which all reflected or not light enters. Oh my gosh, retina. How could it be that horizon is in a vanishing point of your personal perspective is anywhere else than your own eye level?
That's a word salad.
Oh my gosh.
is that better?
That's better.
Oh,
now you're
all
quiet.
that's. I got it. Yeah, so he deleted it all. Yeah, so here it is. MC Toon, go outside and watch the horizon, dummy. He's saying that to me. Right? MC Toon, I don't claim, I state the facts, troll. Extra J, jump up and down, and the horizon still maintains high level, dummy. There you go. Felipe, you are an absolute idiot. Complete and total idiot, Extra J. Not Extra J, Felipe. There's nothing to come back from that. You are so stupid. I'm being nice. I'm being nice. You are really, really dumb. I don't claim anything. Just look it up, dummy. Western and 25th in San Pedro, California. He has zero clue how to do any math whatsoever to figure out, well, how far should the horizon be dipping? And should you actually see the horizon change in elevation when you jump? What do you think about that, Jack?
I mean, you jump up and down and something very far off in the distance is going to move by such a small amount. Like, what are you trying to demonstrate here? Also, I don't understand why they keep confusing math and physics. One of them is just logic and geometry, essentially. The other one is like empirical demonstration of how matter interacts.
So people are talking about Rubik's Cube. I see Punchy's in here. He's got he's a member. He's been a member for over 2 months, and so he gets the solved Rubik's Cube little thing next to his name. So that's how you have it. So I thought I'd solve this quick. So there you go. That is Felipe Rockholt. I'm always baffled at how dumb he is. Just
I
constantly.
used to be able to do those really well, man.
Just use the universal algorithm.
The universal algorithm for solving it?
Yeah. It'll solve any Rubik's Cube. I used to, like, when I was in elementary school, I did that as a trick to impress my friends.
Yeah, me too, man.
I can solve it pretty well. I don't work on speed. I don't practice to be fast. But I can do it every time.
When I was in school at MIT, I had a guy that could do it in a minute.
We're still hearing an echo.
I know. I hear it too. I don't know where. Is it on my side?
I don't
I
know.
mean, I've got my headphones on.
It's still there. Yeah. Fact, it is a spheroid boom. MC Tune, I was just on my other account and trolling flat earthers. Sean Hawkins, a guy invented a self-solving Rubik's Cube. The video's on YouTube. Oh, that's cool. So.
Okay, I still hear it even whenever I actually have mine muted. So it's not on my side.
Weird. Punchy. Punchy's lonely sometimes, people.
Did you guys Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I got one who wants to disprove globe by applying a flywheel formula on the globe. What a scientific approach. Take a formula, no matter what the reality looks like. Info fact, hi, it's a sphere. Okay, so that must be fact, it is a spheroid boom. Is that you? Oh, Sean Hawkins, it's got a stepper motor and it tracks what you did to mess it up and just reverses it. That's smart.
I have something that you might be interested in if you want to give me like, say 2 minutes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me just flip my camera around and see if I can figure out how to do this. Oh, wait, nope, that's not right. Where's my camera? Which camera? There we go. Okay. So there's this one Quora space, what's called Flat Earth Proponents, and at this point, most of the people posting are just people who actually understand the science and are just posting stuff to disprove all the nonsense. And I've made a few here with calculus and trigonometry, but this guy, Daniel Thomas Spy Glasgow, that's his name, might be a fake one. He made this post and it made me laugh just so hard. So I'm just gonna read you the first paragraph here. Russian entomologist Grebenevkov was devoted to the study of insects. He had discovered that certain insects did not fly but levitated. Yes, levitated upon discovery due to anti-gravitic wings. Yeah, that's not good spelling. This led Grebenevkov to study the wing structure of various levitating insects, then leading to discovery that the wing structure coupled with certain electrical pulses resulted in their levitation. So I did a 20-second Google search. This guy was not an entomologist. He was one of those backyard scientists, if you will. He basically made a bunch of random publications, and he said that he could get a board to levitate by sticking a bunch of dead insects on top.
Wow.
But he always refused to demonstrate this in public, and especially under the eyes of not only just third parties, but especially anyone who actually has a clue about physics. And then here's the next thing he shows. This is Professor Lythwaite. Now, this guy's an actual professor, mind you. He has demonstrated the anti-gravity effect of rotating mass. And so what this guy is basically showing is that if you rotate something really fast, it has angular momentum. And if you apply a force to it, it can result in a torque or vice versa. And so he's able to lift this thing with one hand, basically. And it's not unknown to anyone who understands gyroscopic motion, but this guy thinks it disproves gravity. In other words, he's using classical mechanics to disprove classical mechanics. And I made a lengthy response, and the best he could come up with was, are you disputing rotating mass creates fields? Are you disputing charge in the air? Can you explain where the 40 pounds went? Are you in denial that gravity is electric in nature? And this just makes me hurt inside so much. Because what he's basically doing is he's taking a bunch of random, he's done a Google search, something to counter gravity, and he gets a random video, and he doesn't even care to look into what it is. I'm just scrolling through here, but if we go back to it, he does the whole thing on radioactivity, but he's basically just doing Google searches and reading the titles and thinking that, oh, here's something scientific made by a professor that would disprove gravity when he doesn't even understand what's going on inside the video. So yeah, typical, this is where I get a good chunk of my content from.
Pretty typical flat Earth and other stuff. So somebody said, who said something about Sudoku? There, quit asking me to sprinkle them titties. I suck at Rubik's cubes, but I can solve Sudoku as fast as anyone out there. Can you solve this Sudoku, Mr. Sprinkle? Huh? Come on over. I'll you can have it. I don't do it. I don't. You know what I use it for? This is my light. that I have underneath I have a desk here, and then there's a little like platform on it, and I need to see my keyboard sometimes. So I put that underneath, and I set it on top of the Sudoku Rubik's Cube so I can see my keyboard better. That's why I have that dumb Rubik's Cube. But you can have it. You can have it. So yeah, so bugs and insects will cause things to levitate.
If you believe flat Earth is yes.
Yes, that's fantastic.
You know you're desperate when that's how far you'll go to try and disprove gravity.
Yeah. I've never seen an actual, like, they've tried, they say it's density and buoyancy, and nobody's actually ever really put in an effort to figure it out. It's going to be futile, but I'd be like, just, give it a shot at least. Yeah. But no, they're like, oh.
When I was in high school, we made a vacuum tube, and we dropped things of different density, and they accelerated at the exact same rate as they should.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can just do this in your garage if you have to.
Yep. They're like, well, it's electric. Like, it's all electric. And I've seen where, I don't know, you've probably seen this too, where they'll say, like, there's 0 volts, 100 volts, 200 volts at different elevations. They're like, that's what causes gravity. I'm like, oh, you mean, so could we just use Coulomb's law? Like, no. What if something is grounded? What if there's a wire from the ground up to the object? Will it just float then? Or if we put it in a Faraday cage, will it float?
If we reverse the charge, what's going to accelerate upwards?
Yeah. Or it's magnetism. That's the other one. Which of course makes no sense because lead is diamagnetic. It would always float instead of being one of the most massive things. Yeah. So there's backwards.
The one that always makes me laugh was when they say quantum physics is bullshit, because they're typing that response on a computer that runs on quantum mechanics to operate.
Yes. Yeah. Please describe how your flash memory works without quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
Or just
or how your transistors work.
Semiconductors, yeah. So I studied electrical engineering and computer science myself.
Okay.
I did not choose to go to the electrical engineering field. I've been a software engineer my whole career. So my my engineering education ended when I quit college. So it's been a little bit of it getting back while doing this flat Earth stuff. But really, you only need about 8th grade math to do most
yeah,
of it.
you really.
And that tells you a lot. Most flat earthers cannot handle 8th grade math.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So, do you live in the States?
I'm in Minneapolis.
Okay. So, I hear a lot of people, particularly from the States, saying they're going to go learn physics or computer science at college. So, how does that work in the U.S.? Because that's not something that's offered at a college in Canada. Like, for us, that'd be like a university thing.
Computer science is not?
Yeah, colleges are more for like if you want to learn like trades and stuff.
Oh. So
or at least here it is.
In the States, college is what they call anything that's 4 years or less.
Oh.
So to get your bachelor's, you go to a college. Anything that's master's or doctorate level is then that institution becomes a university.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So yeah, there was a college in Minneapolis here that added a master's program, and they had to change their name.
Huh.
So
yeah, that's not how it's done here. So I was confused when people say, "So you've gone to college?" And I'm like, "No, I go to university." And they go,
yeah.
So you've gotten your master's? I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean?" I don't understand the jump there. Yeah.
The 2-year schools and the trade schools, typically they say it's either a community college, or they will say it's a trade school.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see. There's in Minneapolis. There's Dunwoody. They call it a college. Huh. You get degrees. It's a college of technology, but I think everything's a 2-year for the most part. A lot of electricians go to Dunwoody in Minneapolis. It's a very good school for that. And Brouhaha looks like is a computer science person as well. Very nice. B-Ball for Life is asking, will I debate Gleam again? I don't know. He's so tedious. Because you know, do you know who Gleam is? Jack?
I do not.
Probably not. He's not a flat earther, but he's a flat earth sympathizer.
Oh, that's just as bad.
Yeah, so he goes, and what he does is he tries to find the most obscure and improperly supported papers and things to try to make up, you know, support for flat Earth or something, right?
I'm still hearing an echo.
Yeah, there is still some echo there.
It's not as bad as now, or as it was before. So there's improvement.
So yeah, there's business colleges. Glober Mom says there's business colleges as well. Yeah, so I think anything just in general, if it's university in the States, it's if you went to university, you worked on master's or PhD, and if you didn't, then you'd say you went to college typically. But it's a little probably nebulous. So Gleam is aggravating. Gleam is a certified nitwit. Gleam was toothpaste.
I think the one that got me kicked from one flat earther group on Facebook was someone just posted like trying to make small talk. He was like, "Oh, what do you guys have? What do you recommend for breakfast for a healthy diet?" And he's one of those types that distrusts anything with like a government label on it, mind you. Like if it's FDA certified, he will say, "Oh, it's got to be poison or something," right? And so I asked, "You know what perfectly suits you?" I gave him a picture of a box of crayons, and then I got banned. But I don't regret it.
Hey Jack, I really think it's on your side, man. I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying. I just really think it's on your side.
All right, here, let me mute my mic and see what happens then. Okay.
Sure.
So let's see. Heat shield. Come find me here. Layer. That's cracking the cryptic. Oh, it's a Sudoku thing. Oof. Yay. Gleam is also the name of a failed PlayStation emulator.
Maybe it's on my side.
Put out by Sony to try to corner the emulator market. Bebop for Life. I should watch your 2 videos about him. Yeah, okay. I will.
Okay, I think it's on Mike's side. I'm sorry, Mike. I think it's on your side.
My side.
Okay.
It's entirely possible. But I don't have any speakers on. It's just going in my earbud here.
Because
we'll just work around it.
I only speak whenever. Yeah, we'll work around it. But I only speak. I only turn on the microphone whenever I speak.
So I don't hear an echo right now. Is your mic off?
Yes.
I think we confirmed
Yes,
with you.
it's off.
Scottish sheep for
you know, maybe it is. Maybe it is. And I apologize.
Maybe just a combination of all of us. I can't figure it out.
So, Scottish sheep. So there are. I'll show you guys here. I was debating a flat earther, and I convinced him. I told him just in passing that in Scotland, all of their units, they don't use SI units or British or Imperial units. They use sheep. Everything's based on sheep. And Manobrat said, I just got a 30-minute warning from your channel. Oh, yeah. I have. There's another debate coming up at 10 with Matt Duckworth, who's on right now, and Eli.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I made up a few things here. A sheep length, an area of a sheep area is not just a square of length. It's of course has to be complicated. And there was some clans had some disagreements.
Hey, I'm gonna reset my computer just in case it is really me.
All right.
So, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So volume, a sheep bladder is of course the volume. 2-year-old ram's bladder. I looked up some like archaic Scottish words in I don't know, Gaelic and stuff.
Gaelic, you mean?
It's a G. I don't know. I pronounce it Gaelic, but I don't know. I don't know.
Gallic?
No, it's Gaelic. I think.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
A Kudam jewel is the weight of. Oh, so Yoan was a ram, and a Kudam jewel is the weight of one of his one of his jewels the day he was turned into haggis.
I love to see the gravitational constant defined in terms of sheep.
Oh. Yeah, I need a few more. I probably need a few more. Do I? Yeah, well, there's force. We've got weight. Right?
Yeah. What's their unit for time?
Yeah, there is no unit for time yet. You know, it's open. The Interscot panel of 2020 can define that at any time.
Sheep lifespan is the standard unit.
Yeah, but you know, there's different sheep breeds. Yeah. 1.21 giga sheeps.
Giga sheeps.
Yeah, so we've got meters, kilograms, seconds. Yeah, the only thing we need is seconds. Yeah, and then whatever that number would be, converted into sheep units. That's great. Mm-hmm. So there you go. The somebody had mentioned that. So yeah, I mentioned it to a flat earther during a debate, and he believed it, of course. It's like, oh wow, that's cool. So people are still talking. Gleam. Time is only an invention, says Gleam. Would you need to use the revolutions of spinning wheel for time measurements? I suppose. Could be how long it takes a sheep to walk a certain number of sheep lengths. Would you rather fight 1 giga sheep or 1 million centa sheep? That's good. Oh, Eli just said he's not doing the debate. What is
running away
up with that, Eli?
Is Eli the flat earther?
Eli is the one scheduled for 10 o'clock, who until yesterday was all excited for it. So, what's up with that, Eli? Did he give you a reason, Matt? See,
you probably figure out that all of us have college educations.
He's a software programmer. So
Eli is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, so is Gleam. Well, but he's not a real flat earther.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're 100% on Bitchmate tonight. So Matt's coming back in.
I swear I have bad luck, man.
So what did Eli say anything?
He said, "I'm not doing the debate." Those
It?
were his words exactly. Hold on. He said, "Not doing the debate." That's exactly his words.
Want to ask him to elaborate, or?
I did. I said, "Why? What's going on?" You know, and he hadn't responded to me. So I don't know what's going on, man. We're both having bad luck today, man.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm used to it, and doing double headers.
Here, I'll show you. Can you see it?
No,
you see?
No, that won't.
Can
come
you see
through.
that?
That won't come through.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. Here, I'll do a text and I'll just send it to you, so you at least have it.
Maybe it's time for Flunchy versus Concavish round 2. Funny.
Oh, no.
I don't know, man. We just have some bad luck, dude. I swear, man. Here, I'm gonna send it to you directly right now. There we go. There you go.
Matt, did you say you go to MIT?
I did, yes. Long time ago, back in 2006. 2006, yes.
Okay, so what'd you go there for?
2006 for nuclear physics.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yes, I went there for nuclear and reactor physics. Yes.
Well, that's probably,
and,
you mentioned MIT, that's probably what scared him off. It's like, oh shit, this guy should
I
be talking about.
don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. I can't get many people to actually debate me. You ask Toon, man. I've talked to many of them, and then they'll be talking all kinds of smack, and then they just end up not wanting to do it. You know. I've tried. Maybe I'm just too forceful. I don't know. I'm sure it's my attitude. I have no doubt. You know, but I don't know.
Martin H., we don't actually need a Flurf to be here. A bit like the Big Yellow Bulldozer and Arthur Dent.
Yeah. Did you get my message or my message where I sent you that picture?
Let me check.
Okay. That way, at
Yeah,
least
there it is.
you have to. Okay.
Yeah.
He just said not doing debate.
4 words, not capitalized,
Yep.
no punctuation.
Yep. Not doing the debate.
Aw.
Okay. Why? What's wrong? All right, man. Oh shit. I mean, dang it. I am so sorry, Mike.
Quit
I am so
apologizing. Just
sorry. I have that Navy, mentality still, man. I apologize. I know. I do apologize to the people listening. I have a Navy tongue, and I am sorry. I do try to control it, but I do mess up on it.
oh, it's a Hitchhiker's Guide reference. Like the Big Yellow Arthur Dent. Yes, I got it now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Wendy, let's see, Wendy Wexler Wilson. Yeah, you don't need to be talking about Mike Hughes like that. So.
Oh goodness!
Yeah,
Somebody
so-
talking bad. He is a good friend of mine. I'm not reading what they're writing, but
Wendy's gone.
okay. He is a good friend of mine. He is a great guy. I love him. I miss him. We didn't agree on everything, but I promise.
All right, let's see. Yeah, that B-ball for life. That first one didn't work. I'm grabbing the second one here. Latitude lines according to Gleam. Yeah, Gleam and latitude lines. He has all sorts of ideas on that.
Every time I click on the YouTube thing, it kicks me out of meets.
Really?
Give me one second. I'm gonna switch my computer here.
Okay.
All right.
Jeff Roberts says, you could debate a banana instead. I think a banana's arguments would be just as sound as a Flurf's. That's right. I had because he demanded all these flat. Matt, you're not even on camera. He demanded all
Hold on.
these
Am I really?
proofs.
All right, hold on a second. Let me.
So I had
Let me.
I had this ready to go. I had this
It
ready
shows
to
me
go.
on camera. Can you not really see me?
No, you were leaning off to the side. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
So
I'm
now,
sorry.
no, I got to tell you. Here's what he was gonna have a model. He said, right?
Okay. Who was?
The Roberto,
Eli?
the guy that chickened out, right?
Oh,
He was
gotcha.
gonna have a model of whatever, and by his description, it was just gonna be basically, a frisbee with the ice wall around the outside, and then he was gonna pour water in it, right? So here's the water, and I'm really like, oh, okay, Roberto. Well, how are you gonna isolate the gravity of Earth from your model? Because as soon as you turn it sideways,
all over your pants.
As soon as you turn it sideways, it's going to dump out. So,
Oh my goodness.
But I was prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Even with it, their buoyancy and their density, it would still, supposedly it wouldn't, act like that, right? Oh goodness.
Yeah. Well,
it's so hilarious. I'm sorry.
That's all he was gonna have was little thing like with ice around the outside. like seriously.
I'm sorry. All right, I need to quit. I'm sorry. Oh goodness.
So I had a few things prepared.
Oh really? Okay.
I'll have to use them later, but so I took on this globe here.
Welcome back, Jack.
And I used yarn.
Yeah.
I used yarn to do.
Sorry. All right, I need to stop. It's just hilarious. Go ahead.
I taped yarn to the globe from one point to another, right? And I measured it, right, to see if the distance was matched reality, right? And reality of both Google Maps distances and which nobody disputes, right? You can't dispute it. It's correct. And flight times, right? So it was between two cities that have, daily flights. So there's all sorts of flights that we know how long they take and how far it is. And so I was going to use that model to do that. But of course, his model would be useless. It would hold in water, basically like a second grade science fair project. Right? You're like, it holds in water. There's water in the container, and it contains the water in the container. There's water. That's
all
it.
Right.
That is seriously, as far as I can tell, what he was going to have. This like he's mentally handicapped.
Oh goodness.
And he was talking smack like it was going to prove things and that I need to get my model together. Like, my model works pretty well. I can do all sorts of things with my model.
I know. That's what I tell people. I was like, we have something already, and they actually make it seem like we have to prove it to them, which I do. I do still, try to explain, this is why, this is the way things are, but they need to explain it to us, why they think theirs actually is, more important, I mean, our science, or not our science, all of everybody's science, shows that this is the way things are, but they seem to think that their science is what actually matters, so why, but they won't explain it. They won't explain it.
Well, there is no explanation.
I know, but I mean, I at least want to hear it.
They fell for.
I want to hear it,
things.
so I can laugh later at least.
I like I like when they're like, level means flat, and they're like, you're trying to redefine level. Like, hold on a second. Who is trying to redefine level?
Level's already defined. They're trying to redefine it.
Well, yeah, but when was level how far back can we go back to see what level was? Well, here's from the late 1700s.
There you go.
Level, the late 1700s, and certainly before that. Level, a true level is the curve conforming to the surface of the earth as ABG. So that's the curve going on the right side, ABG. That is what level means. And they're like, you're redefining level. Like, hold on a second.
Yes.
Unless level meant something before then, it's you redefining it. So
the very first, what gets me is that whenever they still believe that when Columbus actually sailed, that they thought that he believed, or his crew believed that the world was flat back then, and that is BS. Because do you know when the first globe was actually created? In 1492. The very first globe that we can actually go back to
I have an older
was actually created then. You maybe okay. All right, I'll go with that. The very first, the oldest globe, 1285. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Here,
The earliest one that I actually had come up with was earliest globe was 1492.
So there you go.
Earliest globe. There it is. Here's a picture of it. Let me.
1285. So
1492 by Martin Beham. It was the earliest one that I see. But if you got one from 1285, then awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Here, let me.
I like how one of their memes is how did they know in when Universal Pictures had a globe spinning with a plane going around it?
Right.
How did they know it? You know what it looked like. Like you don't need to see it from space to know where the stuff.
You don't have to. You know. Yeah. Yeah. This is the. Did it? I'm trying to see if it'll. Oh, it's too many words. Never mind. It's too many words. Too many words.
So.
There we go. I just took off a bunch of words. But yeah, the earliest extant terrestrial globe was made in 1492 by Martin Beham with help from the painter George blah, 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 whatever.
So is my mic working at all?
Yeah.
I hear you a little bit, Jack.
Okay.
So,
because it's an Xbox headset, it's not meant for the PC, but I basically have an adapter, and I'm trying to work with it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I love all this stuff. 1285 AD.
So here is DKG Custom says he was on Facebook with a dude who's confused about the apparent view of rainbows in his geometric position. So here's a rainbow that Geistview sent me. That's got a rainbow going up. This is the bottom of a rainbow.
All right.
Isn't that cool?
Let me look at that. That is pretty freaking cool, man. But what does that have to do with a flat Earth? That's not.
Oh well, flat earthers think that rainbows are reflecting off the dome.
Oh my freaking God! Are you serious?
Yep.
No, I believe you. I actually believe you. I do.
They do.
But I have disproven that dome theory so many times, and it's very simple. Just with the gas thing, all by itself, air pressure alone just disproves the dome. We are not in a freaking closed system. It is impossible.
Oh, so Jack.
Yes.
There you have a challenge.
I have a challenge.
You have a challenge from Green Bullion. He has fresh evidence, and he wants to debate you on flat Earth.
Let's do it.
Go, Jack.
It's like MC Toon. I know you see these messages, man. Sack up. All right, so Green Bullion.
All right.
Are you going to go on camera? Green Bullion.
Yeah, you sack up.
Go on camera. That was. Well, I do have a website a webpage just dedicated to him. mctoon.net/
Yeah. Hell, I'll even take off a little bit if y'all want to. If y'all need the room.
Yep. There you go. 33 UC. Rule number 1:
Jack.
You got to show your face. Rule 2:
That's right.
we each have 2 points. You must be evidence in support of your Earth shape, and you send it to Anti-Flatter. Topics other than the Earth shape are off limits. You don't go for topics that we've already covered. That's because your topics are stupid. And then 33 UC must join the Pen 15 Club by writing pen immediately followed by the digits 1 and 5 on his left hand using a black or red Sharpie marker. A blue Sharpie is expressly forbidden. This can happen at the start of the live stream on screen or before it starts, as long as the proof of membership is presented before the debate starts. So, 33UC, do you agree to these terms?
You're Michael. I might have to break one of your rules here because I'm using my computer that doesn't have a camera on it.
Well, no, it's the rules for him.
Oh, okay.
Not for you.
You've already showed your face.
Yes, I'm outed.
You're out, man.
Yeah. No, my phone's dead right now, so
It's all good. You've already showed your face.
So the
Green Bullion has timed out.
Yeah,
looks
he
like.
keeps getting timed out. Quit asking me to sprinkle them titties. I thought you had to write on your forehead, not your hand. I gave him a little room there. He could alternatively join the ID10T club by writing it on his forehead. I would accept that as well. So, my wife is asking, how old are our dogs? 13?
What? Oh my goodness.
14? So, she had a short notice to go drive to Iowa. Today, and so she's down there. Unblock me in stream, he says.
Who's blocked?
No, Green Bullion.
Okay.
Listen up, Green Bullion.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Listen up, Green Bullion. I need you to tell me if you agree to those terms. Not going on camera. Okay, you're out. That's it. You're not going on camera?
Yeah.
Don't ask.
Yeah. I never understood that. I had a lot of flat earthers that refused to debate me live. I was like, well, that's the way I do things. If you want to debate, we need to be live. We need to be in front of people. If you can't be in front of people, then you just don't believe in your convictions.
And I'm not against people being off camera, right? There are certainly some Globe guys too, like Red's Rhetoric, that does not go on camera. But I'm told that's to protect us. He's that ugly.
Well, I had one person I remember. What was it called? Nunya
Smith.
Something. Nunya Smith.
Nunya Smith is he.
Yeah,
it's a guy.
It's a her.
It's a guy.
I mean, he.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he won't go on live camera.
He works in the medical industry.
I know what he does. I know. And I understood, and I did talk to him, and I understand why he's being so secretive. But in fact, I even know where he's at. But I said I wouldn't say where he's at. But he still wouldn't. He still didn't make any sense whenever we actually debated just over ourselves.
Yeah, he was trying to do some gravity calculations, and all he did was basically work it backwards. It didn't actually work. But so we've got Marcus Dresden. Not recommending debating 33 to a friend, just people you don't like. Yeah, I know who he is. He's been on. So Chris Murr says he's a member of the Mile High Club. Does that count for ID10T? I don't know. And Sean Hawkins is he's a member of the 80085 Club. And well, seriously, what guy? Let's see. Do I have a? So all I have is this calculator, which doesn't do well for the 80085 Club.
8008135.
B-Ball for Life went on camera against Gleam. Cool. So
urine tasted.
I'd be fine with debating someone if they're not going to go on camera, but it's your call. It's your stream here.
No, the thing is, I know 33UC. I know that he is he wants to get on so that he can spew garbage and a whole bunch of crap.
Gotcha.
And that's what he's going to do. That's why I seriously want the topics to be specified ahead of time. So
Yes,
he
I totally agree. That's why I was hoping to debate Eli. Eli's a good guy. I'm sure there's a reason why he's not debating. He is a great guy, so I don't want people to think negative about him. But there's probably a reason. Maybe something with his wife. I don't know. So let's not. Even though he's not showing up, but let's not think negative about him because he is a really good guy. So there's probably a reason, and I will find out for you, Toon.
Yeah.
And let you know. But there probably is a reason.
So,
all right.
Well, we're at 2 hours. Just kind of been filling time, and B-Ball for Life. Green Bullion is 33 UC. He's also on Facebook as Tom something. He's got like a clown thing. He doesn't do much on there, but you can tell who he is. He's just all the same garbage. He has no point, no nothing. But it might be funny to just have a look at what he thought was evidence. So hold on.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll just have him on for 30 seconds, see what happens. I'm honestly
there you
curious.
go. Let's actually do it. Let Jack handle him for 30 seconds and see what happens.
Yeah. I accept responsibility for whatever comes after.
The animation doesn't work.
Oh man.
Yeah, the problem is, 33. What are you gonna do? Tell you what, you send me the evidence you're gonna do so that you're gonna present to Jack, right? Then I'll judge to see if it's actually evidence. If it's not evidence, then if it's just you stupid news article.
If it's just garbage, then
I'm not interested in a news article showing that there's a number 33 on the back of a car that it was at some accident
or
right?
some meme.
Martin H. He prefers it when there's no flurf involved. It's better for his blood pressure. Yeah, I guess I don't get riled usually. You may have noticed. So, I don't know why. It's just something that I've developed over time. That when the point is for me when I'm debating a flat earther is I just want them to say the stupidest things possible, and they rarely. They always.
To the point.
They always deliver. So. If Roberto came on, he would have had, his little second grade science fair project container holding water using, borrowing the gravity of the earth to simulate the not gravity in his imaginary pizza world. Frisbee world, right? Frisbee world.
Golly. Man, goodness. Here's something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. He says he doesn't have Facebook. Really? Well, you have a doppelganger that acts just like you on Facebook. 33.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. What would be your topic if you were to
debate me here?
Yeah. And let me speak in chat. Tell them to stop blocking me. Nah. I need to...
I actually have some open time too. So
I provide entertainment for my mods. And you are part of that entertainment, 33. So...
Just let him in enough just to let him, tell us what his case is going to be. Yeah. And then we'll go from there.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to debate me, I've got some time now since I got left, so you let me know.
Let's discuss Buzz Aldrin's view from the moon. Already went over that. You don't understand 3D geometry. So you already went over that. You don't understand basic stuff. Seriously, second grade geometry you don't get. So, all right. That's his topic. So here's how it was gonna be, Jack.
Oh,
it was gonna be
Okay.
I'll debate you, Matt.
Buzz Aldrin.
You go.
Buzz
you
Aldrin.
got-
Hold on, Matt. You got to be quiet while I'm talking.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was reading.
Buzz
something.
Aldrin is on the moon, and
Yes.
and his mom is on the moon, something like that, right?
Huh? Okay.
And she's looking at Buzz Aldrin, who's on the
Yes.
North Pole, and he's right side up. And then
Okay.
she flies to the South Pole, and then she's upside down, right? Or how does he see it? That's his.
Well, Buzz Aldrin wouldn't be able to see him in the first place, but assuming that you were in some far off observer and you could see both, you could say that from Buzz Aldrin's frame of reference, his mom is upside down, but at the same time, your perspective of up is based on where you are because there is no absolute coordinate system.
Absolutely. And now he says, let's discuss Miss Moon's son being the first guy on the moon. So Buzz Aldrin's mom's maiden name was Moon. Therefore, the Earth is flat.
That's what we call a non sequitur there.
Smurf lady. Just creepy BS. This is the same crap you went on before, right? It's not new. And I said, you need to come up with something new because this was stupid. So...
Right. 33, you come up with anything that you think is going to be able to support your evidence or support your case and hasn't been brought before, and I will happily do this with you right now.
Saying, did you see the Earthrise photos? Yeah, they're good. Buzz was not the first man on the moon. True.
No, it was not.
He
That's
was
very
not.
true.
Did he not see the Earthrise photos from NASA? Oh, 33. It's like you're trying to prove flat Earth by being stupid. You can't. You can't prove flat Earth by being stupid.
I swear, I gotta stop. Oh my goodness.
This is killing my brain cells. I'm gonna be fucked for my my midterm the day after tomorrow.
Oh, I'm glad I finished school a long time ago, man.
No, it's my quantum mechanics exam on Thursday, and it's gonna ask me for the energy level of an electron, be like flat Earth. My prof's gonna come to me like, "What are you saying?" Like, I'm sorry, you don't understand.
Oh god dang.
Oh, yeah, and then, all right.
Oh man.
Here's his next one. Here's his next one for you, Jack.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
If you dig
Go
a hole
ahead,
through,
Jack.
Matt, if you dig a hole through
sorry.
the Earth, all
Yes.
the way through from Canada to wherever you'd pop out of the antipodal side, right, which would be somewhere near
Yes.
Australia, and you jumped in feet first, how would
Yes.
you come out the other side? Of course, assuming you evacuated all the air and you shaped the tunnel appropriately so that you didn't hit the sides while the Earth was rotating, all that kind of stuff. How would you pop out
Yes.
the other side?
Your feet would come out first.
Absolutely.
I mean, you would be cooked to death before that, but yeah.
I'm sorry too, man. I'm sorry.
DKG Custom, if you stand 1 meter in front of an infinite mirror wall, how far away is your furthest image?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, an infinite mirror wall? What?
This is not from 33. This is from a normal, as we call them, as we call
Yes.
ourselves. Oh, Extra J, you should get Dell on here. Dell, you can't beat me with your wee scant gloob bullshite McTwin. I gots ma year twerbs learning ye gloob wanker. I don't.
At least I can speak.
I'm like, when I watch Dell, you don't know, Beyond the Imaginary Curve, it's a super pissed off flat earther. The guy that I was supposed to debate that pussied out, he's an acolyte of Dell. So it makes sense that he's both chicken and angry all the time. And Dell does all of his stuff from inside his shed. and it's called Shed Rage High. He's like the homeschool teacher at Shed Rage High. And he just gets mad and yells, and he's just permanently angry. And you cannot hardly understand him. It's like, could you please translate to English? So Matt, 33UC wants an explanation for the hole digging answer. He can't understand basic geometry.
Okay. What's going on?
If you dig a hole through the earth, and you know, have it evacuate the chamber with air and shape it appropriately so you don't hit the walls as you're going through it because of the rotation.
Apply a heat shield so you don't burn.
Yeah, and put on some lava screen.
There we go.
and you jump in feet first. How will you come out the other side? What will happen when you come out the other side?
He
can't understand
on a flat Earth.
No, in reality.
In reality. Okay, let's see. If you literally drilled through, straight through, and you survived. Okay, we'll discuss that.
You got your lava screen going.
You would come out feet first. Yes, out through the other side. You would. Assuming that you didn't die. And I'm sorry, I got the giggles on this one, man. But assuming that you didn't die, you would literally come out feet first. You would.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Just like on the, why in Australia, you actually see the moon upside down. It's the same way.
Yeah. So he wants a demo. Just a little demo.
You want me to drill through the earth?
What's a demo?
Right.
Sure, me too, man. I want a demo too, man. I want one too, man.
There you go. All right, what do we got?
You go first, man. You go first.
I will use.
There you go.
I will use my compass, right? And here's the legs, right?
Okay.
And here's the head, right? So you're gonna jump in. We'll start. Right. We'll start up here in Canada, right? There's water on this somehow. All right.
Oh, my home and native land.
Is it sticking to the globe, man?
Are you gonna start singing "Oh Canada" here? All right. So now I'm not gonna drill a hole in my globe. It was a gift, right?
Oh,
all right.
My God.
So no, that's all right. You go through here, and so I'll just go to the side. Right. You go this way, and you come out feet first. Right? And then hopefully there's somebody there to catch you and pull you to the side so you don't go back in, right? You just go back and forth because you're in an evacuated chamber. You're just going to go, get hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of reasons why this would never happen. So people, I could name dozens of them, but there's a good one, but you'd burn up, there's no way it would happen.
Oh, can you show? So he has a video that he sent of an airplane.
Oh, okay. Of an airplane.
He's asking about this airplane thing, right? So all right. So we're gonna have to use this as the airplane now, right? And there's the wings, right? So here's the airplane.
Okay.
And so he had a video of an airplane doing this.
Okay.
Do it like as if it's on the outside instead of the inside, right? He doesn't understand that, right? So this is how an airplane would go. It goes this way. Simple. It goes this way. It turns. But because this is a long flight. This is 12,000 miles, right? It takes a long time. You don't notice that slight turn because it would take hours and hours, many hours. I don't know if there's a plane that could do that in one. But he's like against gravity. I actually
have a document on this, but go ahead.
Yeah. So yes, against gravity. So what happens? This is like freaking rudimentary, like class for the kid that skips school, and you're like, please help my son. He needs to finish 5th grade. Please, can you tutor him? I'm like, dude, he doesn't get 3rd grade. Fine. All right. So when you jump in the hole, you're going to accelerate down until you get to the center. And when you get to the center, right, because remember, we've evacuated the air, so you're accelerating. There's no terminal velocity. You get to the center, and then when you go from the center towards the other side, you're slowing down, and it's symmetric. So when you get to the other side, oh my gosh, how is this hard for you? You get to the other side, and you've slowed down. You're at the same speed as you were before, assuming perfect everything and no friction at all. So there you go.
Here, Michael, I can if you want, I can draw it out on OneNote, and I can just present it if you want.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. How do I present from my browser here? Present my entire screen. Would like to share? Would you like to share? Yep. Okay. It's the share button is grayed out. How do I get around that?
Oh, I don't know.
Sure.
How do you think there is a universal upside down? What makes you think that one axis of the globe is up and the other is down? This is a question from Heat Shield.
Green Bullion is saying something to me. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to ask.
Where's he sending it to you?
No, he said the guy with the green headphones, so I was just trying to understand what he was saying. So the picture of the Earth.
Why feet first? He doesn't understand.
He didn't understand why when you go straight through it, you come out feet first. Why would you come out any other way?
He's like, show the picture of Earthrise. Of course.
Can you guys see what's on my screen?
No, we let's see. Hold on. Oh yeah, let's see. No.
So you're seeing my wait. Wait, sorry, what's that?
No, I'm not seeing.
If you go straight through, it's going. I don't understand what he's asking. It didn't make sense.
No, of course not.
If you go straight through, you're going to come out feet first. I mean, how else would you come out? Would you suddenly flip around? I don't understand. And this is actually bullcrap because it would never happen. I mean,
here, am I presenting now?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so here, let's draw it out for him. You guys can see that, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's say we go from the North Pole, and I'll explain why at the North Pole in a bit.
Okay.
But
Go
let's
ahead.
say you start here, and you
All
go
right.
all the way down. Oh, that was a terrible hand. Where's my eraser? Normally I have my notepad with me, but oh well. This is really frustrating to do with a mouse, but here.
No, you're doing fine, man. This
Okay,
is
so you start
crap
here.
anyway. So
So
go ahead.
basically, gravity causes any object with mass to attract every other object with mass. So the entire mass of the Earth here. And let me actually do this with a highlighter.
Yeah, but you got to actually include the Berry Center though.
Yeah. We'll get to what happens when you get inside in a bit. So basically, right now,
Okay,
this
all
entire and that was not a good highlight job, but that entire mass of the Earth is attracting, so you're
All right.
accelerating downwards. Now,
Sorry.
what happens when you go inside is that there's mass above you as well, and that's pulling in the opposite direction.
Yes.
Now, there's more mass towards the bottom than there is on top, so you're still going to have a net acceleration downwards, and there's an equal amount of mass on your left and right side. So basically, what happens is you get zero lateral acceleration, and you only get the vertical. So you have some force going this way that doesn't cancel, or rather, that cancels out the small amount of force going the other way. Now, if we were to show what happens at the exact center, and here's my best example there, there's an equal amount of mass in, Jesus Christ, there's an equal amount of mass in all directions. And so what that's going to cause, if I can get my arrow here, there we go, is for the net force to be zero. And so that's why when you're at the bottom, or when you're at the middle, you do not accelerate at all.
You'll
Now,
be
you
dead.
still have, you'll be dead. You won't live to tell about it.
Yeah.
No, shit, that wasn't what I wanted, but whatever. So yeah, you'll basically get a equal amount of force going in all directions, which cancels out, and thus what happens is, at that exact moment, you're at your greatest velocity. Now, as you start going towards the other side, let's say you end up around here, then the net force is going to be acting in the direction, which is what slows you down. And assuming there's no drag and no velocity is lost towards whatever else that could properly sap away energy, like hitting the side or anything, you're going to get the same amount of basically the amount of mechanical energy you have is consistent throughout the entire ordeal. So here you have nothing but gravitational potential, and which implies 0 kinetic energy. And when you're at the middle, you have nothing but kinetic energy, and that implies 0 potential energy. And then same goes for here. Yeah. So you have nothing but kinetic here, nothing but potential here, and nothing but potential here. So you'll start here, max velocity here, and you will stop right here and then go back down, which is why Mike said you need someone to pull you to the side. Now, the one thing, though, that kind of screws up this entire experiment is that if you start anywhere but on the equator, you have some lateral velocity from the rotation of the Earth. So let's say this is a top-down perspective, or top-down, you're looking at the North Pole right there, and that circle basically represents the equator. You're going to be, here, let's see. If you're standing there, you also have some velocity going in this direction. And gravity does not counteract that. And so what's eventually going to happen is when you're here, the matter that's part of the Earth in that part of the section is going to be traveling at a slower speed. And so you're just going to end up hitting the wall of the tunnel on this side, which is why I specifically specified if you're going to do this, aside from the whole burning up thing, you do have to start at the North Pole.
I think you're still forgetting the very center of Earth.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man. I mean, I know you're being simple. You're simplifying, but it's okay, man. Maybe I'm being over too much. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's all I had to say, just to add to what Mike had.
Yeah. No. It's all good. I understand what you're saying, but maybe I'm over.
Yeah, you got to keep it simple for simpletons like
I know. I'm sorry. I still have my physics degree, so I still try to think of things a little bit too much, man. But yeah, you're right. I need to keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Here is
right.
Earthrise. So here's his checkmate.
Okay.
His checkmate is. I gotta find it. It scrolled back a bit here. It was. Yeah, that all went over his head. Thank you for that. Of course it would.
I have no doubt. We could go even higher if you want.
No. No doubt for $2 says Green Bunyan. Go see a doctor. Yes. All right. This should be good.
Really
this is going to be hilarious.
Okay.
You can't land planes upside down. That's his thing. It's checkmate, guys. Bottom line. You can't land planes upside down. He doesn't understand that a plane changes its orientation as it flies over the Earth. That is too complicated for him. So.
Well, people don't understand what does upside down mean, though.
No, he doesn't. It's too hard for
him. I'm not even going to go there, But
so the gravity stuff there, Green Bullion. I know this is going to be over your head too, but here's 6 not so easy pieces from Richard Feynman, Chapter 2, Vectors. Vectors.
That's a good guy, man. He's smart as hell, man. He's way above my head.
So. Read that. I'm sure you'll never do it because there's no way in hell you'd understand it. So, yeah.
He's actually a very smart guy, and he does a really good job explaining stuff.
Oh yeah, I love the Feynman
at
lectures.
least to me, man. But
yeah,
I don't know.
You think
he really is a really smart guy.
Kristen Morse says, "You think planes fly upside down? You aren't going to beat anyone."
I love Kirsten. She's amazing.
DKG Custom Green Bullion couldn't beat an egg. To the Geo Mock channel, Green, I've got an audiobook on shoe tying if you'd like to start learning at your level.
Man.
Says bring photo up, please. He actually said please. Okay, I will. There you go. There's now don't, and if you get your orientation wrong, we're just gonna laugh at you again. So please get it all wrong. He wants to be on, bro.
All right,
We're not bros. We're
All
not
right,
bros.
Green Bullion. If you will actually come on live, then we'll
we need to see his face.
Yeah, we need to see you. Who you are.
That's the rule.
We've all outed ourselves. We need to see you too.
Yeah. I'm showing my face. You can show yours, and then we'll discuss it. If you'll come on live, then we'll actually, but you have to pass Toon's rules.
Yeah, they're kind of joking, of course, but
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Especially that last one.
You really do need to have your camera on. So, am I bluffing? Maybe I'm bluffing, but I know you're not going to call my bluff. I know you're not going to do it. So,
Yeah.
Well, I just meet him halfway and have him send a picture of himself just so we all know what his face looks like or something like that.
ooh.
What was that? What does that mean? You can worm out
Because I mean,
like your cousin.
In all fairness, my phone's died, so I can't use my camera. So
it's all right.
I'm willing to give this guy a little bit of leverage, I suppose.
Either one of us. You can debate Jack or you can debate me. I don't care. Either one of us. But you got to come. You got to follow Toon's rules.
Yeah, it's his platform.
It's his platform.
Yeah.
If you want, you and I can discuss this later on. But of course, this is Toon's.
You gotta know who he is, and I'll let you know a little more. You can watch the debate that I did have back in July with him, and he's a turd. He's a turd sandwich wrapped in a turd.
Gotcha.
Well, if he comes on, I can formulate my own opinion of him.
Yeah.
You might want to look up who I am too. Green Bullion. At least my name is real.
Yep. Is there any evidence that planes don't fly sideways? Oh, Green Bullion says, you got smoked.
I swear I am getting so much. I'm getting tickled on this one, man.
Yeah.
I love you, Mike, man. You are definitely making me tune. Making me laugh. You shall be green headphones guy from henceforth. Okay.
Green headphones guy, yep.
And Matt, do you actually work as a nuclear physicist right now, or?
Not anymore, man. I actually used to do a lot of startups.
Okay.
A lot of reactor startups, but man, I've been retired for the last 2 years now, man.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying life now, man. Just enjoying life. I actually, what I do now is I run my. You don't mind if I talk about this?
Yeah, go ahead,
Mike. Okay. I actually run a rocket group now.
Okay.
Kirsten's actually a member of it as well, and a few others that have actually talked on here as well. But that's what I do now. I just run a rocket group, and we have a lot of fun. We enjoy it, and anybody's willing, anybody that actually can contribute is willing to join. If I don't want to actually say anything that Mike's not willing to actually allow me to, but if anybody wants to join, just let me know afterwards, and you're willing to actually contribute.
Yeah,
so be
it's
it.
on Facebook. Maybe I can grab the.
Yes.
I'll grab the. Let's see.
I won't put it out there unless Mike's okay with it.
I gotta find.
No, if you don't mind, then I will definitely put it out there.
I have too many. I'm in so many groups.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Yep. There he posted.
Yep.
So there, if you're interested in rockets and want to do something.
I wouldn't. Yeah. If you're actually interested in it, then please, there you go. We do. We are still in the planning phase, but if anybody actually is interested in it, We do not send people up in them, you know. We are just sending up electronics up into it to actually, to take care of it, of all of our information that we need to gather. But anyway, just let me know and we'll talk about it later.
Fact, it is a spheroid boom. Is there any evidence the pilots themselves don't fly upside down? Well, there are pilots that fly upside down.
People do not understand what that means.
He's not a flurfy.
You have to actually think of perspective. My God. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to let you handle this, Jack. I'm sorry.
Okay. Bring him on. If you want. I got time.
No. I'm serious. I know him. If he won't put his face on, then he doesn't get on.
Okay.
So, yeah, fighter. Have you not seen Top Gun when they're upside down with the MiG, right, canopy to canopy, right? And what did they do there? They did this just for you, Green Bullion.
Yeah.
Why do I need
you to look up to do it
to have your face on? Because I think that might change how you act, and yeah, you're a horrible person, Green Bullion. That's the problem.
Nobody here cares enough to be mad. Yeah, Don't even start that.
you make light of people dying, Green Bullion.
Yeah.
That's why
nobody here cares enough to be upset, Ben. I promise you.
Yeah, that's why I don't like you.
Oh my goodness.
What is the fact? It is a spheroid boom. Why do you say you don't have a camera? I don't know what that's about. Or is that one of Green Bullion's? Same sort of personality as FEAJ. Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's Ross Thatcher. If you've seen him on Facebook, he calls himself Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, but he's none of that. He's just quite a horrible person who is a racist and a misogynist. So.
All right, and I don't care.
I was gonna debate him last week, and then he got on my Discord server and started making all these comments. I said, nope, you're off.
Yeah, never mind. I don't care. Yeah. He's exceedingly handsome. Oh, well, thank you.
Wow,
I appreciate it.
Is your wife on here, Matt, or did you pay somebody?
No, she's asleep actually, Mom.
Well, then you must have paid somebody.
I probably did. I just didn't know about it. No, they got my money somehow.
So green headphones, you got called out and shut down. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm only wearing a lot of. They say that I need to. You got called out, man. Okay, who called me out? I must have missed it. I must have missed it. Green Bullion, anytime you want to, bring your butt on here, you let me know.
Get yourself a camera.
Get yourself a camera and get on here and let's discuss this.
I mean, you can get the app on the phone, Google Meet.
Yeah.
Just use your phone.
Right now. Yeah, exactly. Right now. Bring it on.
See, now
it takes 30 seconds to download.
You keep saying you're ready, so come on. Show me.
And you can tell he's racist because Jack, he's not calling you by your name.
Oh, what's he calling me?
He's calling you the Asian guy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a teenager. I can handle.
You know what?
Talking.
You know what? I don't even want to talk to you no more now.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even care if you.
He says
I don't care what you have. You know what? If you're gonna be a racist, then I don't even want to talk to you. No,
I can handle racism. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna do it. And you can talk to him. I'm not talking to him.
All right.
No, that's a BS. And let's move on.
And that is it. He's done. The racism.
Yeah,
the racism shows up, and we're done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm not dealing with that.
and see that I told you I know him.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm sorry. But I won't deal with that, man. That's just intolerance or anything like that. I won't deal with. We're talking about physics. We're talking about all kinds of science, and that's just no. I'm not dealing with that.
He said he had a Nokia phone. His phone doesn't have a camera, so just lying.
Oh,
too.
come
So,
on. Who has a Nokia
no,
phone
he's
now?
he's just lying. So, well,
Have a few beers, or is he just always this joke?
he's always like that.
I'm always like this. This is just how I am.
No, not you. I was talking about Green
Oh.
Bullion and 33. So.
No. Somebody was talking. Did Matt have a few beers, or is he always jovial? I was like, yep, that's me. I'm just always like this.
So, well, that's about all I got.
Yeah.
It's been 2.5 hours. I think that's a pretty decent size.
I agree too.
We've
I appreciate you for letting me on here, man.
yeah. Glad to have you on,
Likewise.
Jack. Maybe we can find a proper flat earther for you.
Yeah. Thanks for being on here, Jack. And if anybody wants to talk to me afterwards, please, just send me a message.
On
Talk
Facebook?
to Kirsten or Facebook. We'll definitely talk to you. Okay.
Cool.
If that's okay, Mike.
Yep, that's all good. So, all right.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for coming. Thank you, Jack and Matt. And
Thank you.
Next week, let's see, Hip Hop Hippie, and maybe he won't run away. So,
All right.
we'll see if that works. So, all right, we'll see you later. Thanks everybody.
I'll be sure to tune
Thanks,
in.
guys. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
see you later.